Lesson 17. Always young. My Aunt Jennifer is an actress. She must be at least 35 years old. In spite of this, she often appears on the stage as a young girl. Jennifer will have to take part in a new play soon. This time, she will be a girl of 17. In the play, she must appear in a bright red dress and a long black stockings. Last year, in another play, she had to wear short socks and a bright orange-colored dress. If anyone ever asks her how old she is, she always answers, "My dear, it must be terrible to be grown up." Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back to my channel Mr. Imran, kursus bahasa Inggris online. Oke teman-teman, kali ini kita belajar bahasa Inggris lagi menggunakan new concept yang ke-17 dengan judul My Aunt Jennifer, ya. Oke, langsung saja kita mulai. Let's start our study today by reciting basmalah together. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Oke, kita belajar listening and speaking, ya. So you can listen to me carefully and you can repeat after me. Number 17. Always young. My Aunt Jennifer is an actress. She must be at least 35 years old. In spite of this, she often appears on the stage as a young girl. Jennifer will have to take a part in a new play soon. This time, she will be a girl of 17. In the play, she must appear in a bright red dress and a long black stockings. Last year, in another play, she had to wear short socks and a bright orange-colored dress. If anyone ever asks her how old she is, she always answers, "My dear, it must be terrible to be grown up." Tuh teman-teman, saya ulangi lebih pelan lagi ya, bisa kamu tiru. Number 17. Always young. Young. My Aunt Jennifer is an actress. She must be at least 35 years old. In spite of this, she often appears on the stage as a young girl. Jennifer will have to take a part in a new play soon. Jennifer will have to take a part in a new play soon. This time, she will be a girl of 17. In the play, she must appear in a bright red dress. And a long black stockings. Last year, in another play, she had to wear short socks and a bright orange-colored dress. She had to wear short socks and a bright orange-colored dress. If anyone ever asks her how old she is, She always answers, my dear. She always answers, my dear. It must be terrible to be grown up. It must be terrible to be grown up. Tuh teman-teman. Okay, after we learn how to speak English and how to listen English, let's translate this text into bahasa Indonesia. Oke, kita terjemahkan dalam bahasa Indonesia per kata atau per kalimat. Always young, artinya adalah selalu muda, ya, selalu muda. My Aunt Jennifer is an actress, artinya adalah tante saya Jennifer adalah seorang pemeran wanita. Ini ya, pemeran, baik itu pemeran pentas atau pemeran artis-artis yang ada di sinetron TV itu ya. Jadi actress itu pemeran wanita. She must be at least 35 years old. Artinya dia semestinya paling tidak berusia 35 tahun. Jadi at least di sini artinya paling tidak. Kemudian in spite of this, she often appears on the stage as a young girl. Artinya walaupun demikian, dia sering tampil di atas panggung sebagai seorang gadis muda. Ya, sebagai seorang gadis muda. Stage ini panggung. Next, Jennifer will have to take a part in a new play soon. Artinya, Jennifer akan harus ikut serta atau ambil bagian dalam sebuah sandiwara baru secepatnya atau segera. Ini play diartikan sandiwara ya. Soon secepatnya atau segera. This time she will be a girl of 17. Artinya kali ini dia akan menjadi seorang gadis yang berusia 17 tahun. Dia akan menjadi seorang gadis yang berusia 17 tahun. Next, in the play, she must appear in a bright red dress and a long black stockings. Artinya, dalam sandiwara tersebut, dia harus tampil dengan gaun merah yang cerah dan kaos kaki hitam yang panjang. Ini ya, dia harus tampil dalam baju warna merah yang cerah dan kaos kaki hitam yang panjang. Tuh. Next, last year in another play, she had to wear short socks and a bright orange colored dress. Artinya, tahun lalu di sandiwara yang lainnya, dia harus memakai kaos kaki pendek dan gaun berwarna oranye yang cerah. Tuh. Next, if anyone ever asks her how old she is, artinya jika ada seseorang pernah menanyakan berapa usianya, she always answers, my dear, it must be terrible to be grown up. Artinya dia selalu menjawab, sayangku, ini pasti tidak menyenangkan menjadi dewasa. Jadi artinya dia nggak mau jadi tua ya, tuh teman-teman. Oke, kalau kita artikan lengkap ini, selalu muda, tante saya Jennifer adalah seorang pemeran wanita. Dia semestinya paling tidak berusia 35 tahun. Walaupun demikian, dia sering tampil di atas panggung sebagai seorang gadis muda. Jennifer akan harus ikut serta dalam sebuah sandiwara yang baru secepatnya. Kali ini dia akan menjadi seorang gadis berusia 17 tahun. Dalam sandiwara tersebut, dia harus tampil dengan gaun merah cerah dan kaos kaki hitam yang panjang. Tahun lalu di sandiwara yang lainnya, dia harus memakai kaos kaki pendek dan gaun oranye yang cerah. Jika ada seseorang yang pernah menanyakan berapa usianya, dia selalu menjawab, sayangku, ini pasti tidak menyenangkan menjadi dewasa. Itu teman-teman. Oke, itu saja yang bisa saya sampaikan. ulangi lagi untuk bahasa Inggrisnya ya, ini biar lebih lancar lagi. Always young. My Aunt Jennifer is an actress. She must be at least 35 years old. In spite of this, she often appears on the stage as a young girl. Jennifer will have to take a part in a new play soon. This time, she will be a girl of 17. In the play, she must appear in a bright red dress and long black stockings. Last year, in another play, she had to wear short socks and a bright orange-colored dress. If anyone ever asks her how old she is, she always answers, "My dear, it must be terrible to be grown up." Thank you. Oke, terus dari teman-teman, video yang saya sampaikan. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.